Happy Winter Solstice Collective. Of course, this is a timeless reading whenever you feel called to watch this or rewatch this. It is being recorded on the winter solstice of 2025. So what is this? Sunday, December 21st. And so I've been receiving this channeled message that's been building for the last couple days. I am going to pull some cards on this, a mix of Oracle and Tarot, a channeled reading, channeled solstice reading. What's coming through though, honestly, with this is activation is the big key word. Activation, and with that, alchemy. And what I'm getting is activation that is requiring / inviting the very adept practice of alchemy. And I'm saying adept practice of alchemy in the sense of this is relying on all that you know and maybe have acquired thus far in seeing how you utilize this in real time to respond and react as healthily as possible while maintaining your authenticity. What I'm getting with this solstice energy and the shift of the season is I honestly feel like it's a mix of things. Okay, Spirit. Because, okay, thank you, Spirit. 144 on the timer. Confirmation. Thank you, chosen ones. And chosen ones are people who choose, okay? Chosen ones are those who choose to answer the calling. They choose to follow and develop their faith and their abilities. And by abilities, I mean that in any sense of the word, like abilities, talents, skills, connections, resources, to follow up and follow through with their soul mission, their soul purpose, like what they feel guided to do here on earth. What's coming through with this activation and required alchemy at this time, it's a mix of I'm getting opportunities and blessings, invitations coming in, and things of that nature that are indicating / reflective of, like you're getting more aligned to opportunities and blessings, things that are really acknowledging your talent and ability thus far, let alone the ever expanding potential ahead of you if given, essentially a good gig, a good platform, a chance, support, resources, things of that nature. It's essentially, I feel as though things have been and will continue, especially if you have felt drawn to do the 13 magical nights or 12 magical nights ritual, like / the Yule ritual. That's been popping up a lot for me, particularly on TikTok. So for anybody over there getting into the Yule rituals, the magical nights rituals, then this is a big confirmation for you. I encourage, if it resonates with you, if it calls out to you, I think it's a really cool manifestation practice and game with the universe, really, in a very simple and easy way to ask for and invite support from our guides, from our ancestors, from God, from Goddess, from Source, from the universe, from whatever you believe in, divinely speaking. And to really receive help and blessings and miracles you truly want to receive, that you want to experience, calling it in, allowing your guides to help. Because if we want support, we do at the end of the day have to ask, confirmation, ask and then create spaces for support essentially to be received, like creating space for the blessings and for the support to come in. And I think this is a really cool and simple ritual. So that's my intention to do that this evening. And I'm here to encourage folks. Spirit had me, even before I went on camera, they let me know that I was going to be saying this part as a Sagittarius, very Sagittarius heavy person who is lovingly reverent, in addition to, as best as I can be, wisely rebellious. And so if this finds you at a different time, or maybe it's a couple days into the 12 magical nights, like let's say this doesn't hit you on the solstice, because this is like going to be a nighttime release. It's a couple days in or what have you, yet you're really interested. Please go look up the ritual. And then if you still feel a strong resonance and call to do it, then I would invite you do so. And I would say follow your own intuition and guidance as to how you want to proceed with the ritual of manifestation. If you still want to go one by one with burning the papers or disposing of the papers with whichever elements you choose, whether fire, water, earth, or air, that is one thing. Or if you want to basically, if you find it during the week of the magical nights, if you kind of want to have a big catch-up night where maybe you spend a little bit more time, disposing of the manifestations, connecting with spirit, things like that, then follow your intuition. Do what resonates with you. The fact that spirit even has me talking about this in this video, I feel like that means it's meant for other people. It's not just for me, and it's meant to also help inspire folks to fully claim and own what you desire, and invite spirit in closer to assist you, and really giving it to them. Because in many spiritual places, many spiritual traditions, folks will, especially around manifestation as well, and law of attraction, things of that nature, many folks will talk about surrendering the how to spirit, letting go of the how to your guides, to the universe, essentially not worrying about how something is going to be achieved, how something is going to happen. Trust and have faith that it's already happened, that it's already handled by spirit, by your guides, by the universe, especially as you give it away to them, give them permission to handle it. All of this talk about manifestation and creating space for the universe to help is clearly indicating to me that whether you do that specific ritual or not, your soul, your highest self, your spiritual guides and team, and I'm feeling a bit of tightness it's in my lower throat, it's in my high heart chakra. I feel as though you're being invited to spend some vulnerable time with spirit, expressing what you want, what you need, what you desire, how you feel. I want to use the term, however, I genuinely disrupt and abandon all judgment that may be associated with this word. So please allow me to vibrationally play with this and alchemize this language. What I'm getting is spirit wants you to take the space to be truly vulnerable and to use, y'all are so funny, they have me talking like such a nerd. They're like, and to use the vernacular of today. They want me to say space to be messy in front of your guides, to be messy in front of yourself. For some of y'all, this is an invitation to allow tears, to allow frustration, to allow hurt, to allow anger, to allow sadness, to allow depression, to allow icky, dense, unpleasant, inconvenient emotions and feelings to come up and be observed, witnessed, expressed, and given space to be felt, and allowing your guides to assist you with them. And the reason why they're inviting this is not only for the transmutational release of this density, of these icky things by holding the space for them. It's also for you to go through holding space, witnessing and observing these feelings, emotions, and etc. as this version of yourself. because you've gone through some very significant changes at the time this finds you. And I even feel my voice coming more from this high heart chakra the more I allow myself to dial into this and breathe. You've changed and you've elevated so much. And Spirit is having you go through what you're going through at the time this message finds you, not so that you're just experiencing pain for the sake of it, rather for you to witness and understand how are you experiencing, and not only experiencing, how are you reacting and responding to discomfort, pain, tower moments, lightning surges of discomfort or unpleasantries or what have you. Like, how are you experiencing, responding to, and reacting to hurt? And how are you doing so in a way that you're more yourself while doing so? You're more honoring of yourself in this process. Even if you dislike maybe how you feel, you're not disliking yourself. And even if there's certain parts about yourself, like behaviors or statements, thoughts that are occurring that you dislike going on within you, you're being nuanced and specific about disliking those things or those parts, not the whole of you. And I don't mean to point at you, so that's why I backed off, but you know what I mean. The whole of you, open palm of love. The whole of you. You're at a place where you are alchemically adept enough to parse things out. And even when pain feels massive and as if wounds are being activated from multiple places and spaces at once, where you feel as if there's a pain in the totality of you, you're not allowing that pain or that hurt that you're feeling to define you, to override your core programming, this core foundation and version of self that you have done so much to unlock and transmute and to reprogram and to love and to cultivate and to grow, let alone to secure and provide boundaries and loving protection, intentional support, blessings from you being more receptive. This solstice activation, especially for those of y'all who have experienced activations that have had some like unpleasantries at this time, or maybe you're also recognizing multiple activations where some are being felt more positively and having more, and yes, and when I say being experienced more positively, what I'm meaning in this this moment is like more pleasantly, like more enjoyably, right? Like, because we can, as alchemists, which is what we're doing, especially if you're still with me in this reading, is you're somebody who extrapolates and transmute benefit out of any and everything, even if it takes time, even if it takes more or less support or help. You're always open to and consistently inviting in alchemy and transmutation so that you can essentially be living your best life, living the highest vibration, living your healthiest and wellest life. And so that does involve meaning, like, you know, responding to things and shifting perspectives, let alone shifting energies, but shifting perspectives around things, right? Learning how to think about things differently, leveraging different angles, compassion, grace, forgiveness, and mercy, fruits of the Holy Spirit, things of that nature. things don't take you out the way that they used to. Because even if and when something takes you out, you've reached new layers and levels of mastering how to care for yourself and how to respond. And some of that mastery is in some ways less and less the mastery of a specific practice as much as it is the total acceptance and embrace of a certain practice. And what I'm getting, for example, like Spirit is giving examples of you taking, like even how I am in this video, taking more pauses for deep breathing, controlling and utilizing the breath to regulate your emotions and regulate your nervous system. Using the power of the pause more and not feeling awkward or ashamed, or even if you do feel awkward, you don't, like, it's kind of like this energy of you don't care about whatever potential judgment there could be around that, because at the end of the day, you're more about keeping your composure and honoring your nervous system and honoring yourself, let alone honoring any parties around you, because you are a considerate person. You're doing what it takes to take care of yourself. You're advocating for what you need. You're speaking with this level of authenticity where it's like, even if you don't have the answers, you're able to name and claim that more boldly and do what you got to do to take care of yourself, excusing yourself, changing your mind, taking a step back, taking steps to go within, communicating that proactively, and allowing yourself to have your boundaries. And also honoring your authentic experience, even if it means, or especially if it means, not maybe behaving or doing what somebody wants of you. Honoring your authentic experience, even if at the end of the day it risks displeasing somebody. Like, you're not capitulating or giving into people pleasing. You're not pretending. You're not pretending, period. Let alone, you're not faking any funk. You're not pretending everything is fine if and when it's not fine. And at the same token, you're not dwelling in the not fine experience either. You're at a place where you're more readily willing and able to identify when something is off, something is miscalibrated, something is misaligned. And when you have also in a present moment, situation, context, or circumstance, you are able to witness when you've got to take a step back, when you've got to go and have a reset. Maybe sometimes it's a soft reset with the breath, and then sometimes it's a hard reset where it's like, you got to take a sleep, a nap, take a day, take a couple days, go do something, check out before you check back in, that sort of thing. A combination of practices depending on the situation or situations that are coming up and coming through. This winter solstice energy is also highlighting all of this, because all of this indicates a relationship with time that is not being governed by scarcity, and that is not being governed by insecure urgency. This is a relationship with self and the experience of self in time and space, where you're not rushing to just say pretty or perfect things trying to use words or a mental override. Ooh. Ooh, bless me. Interesting, Spirit. Ooh. Trying to get in the middle of that channel. You're not giving in to essentially trying to mentally override or bypass a situation to essentially rush to a happy place because of present discomforts. You're willing to, like, you want to, even if you don't want to, at the end of the day, I'm feeling like I'm feeling this energy, and I feel like though this has been building for the last several weeks or months. Like, I've been talking about this increased commitment to self and this increased honoring of your duty, and your duty comprise, and like the way you even, what do you call it? Perceive and conceive of your duty, that holds space for a very like healthy and well and calibrated version of self. You know, it involves honoring yourself. It's not just about you doing something or things or tasks for others or for the sake of others. No, this duty involves and comes from a very self-loving and self-informed, soul-informed place and space. You are so you right now, and you're experiencing that in highs and lows, in pleasant and unpleasant moments, and perhaps even extremes at the time that this message finds you. And this isn't to wish anybody negativity. As always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And remember that any and everything can happen for a reason. That involves transmutation and alchemy. Some things may come more easily naturally, others may involve more alchemy, more transmutation to extrapolate, extract, make benefit out of something that has occurred or happened. Okay? We're gonna get some cards because I feel as though Spirit is like, all right, we're ready. I'm feeling Holy Metatron. So what we're going to do is I'm going to shuffle this Holy Metatron Oracle. We're going to get some activations here with the Solstice energy, and then I'll get some tarot to bring it down to earth. Comment down below if any of that channeled message has been resonating with you. I love how I just cut the deck, though. I'm going to shuffle this, but I'm going to show you this card because the first one that's here, Authentic Self. 46. Who are you? What was I channeling? What was I just channeling about? And I'm not saying this in a confrontational way. It's more so like, y'all with me, right? Like, this is all about you going through these things to witness who you really are right now. Like this authentic version of you that has reached this layer and level of embodiment, of self-embrace. Like, witnessing how much you have healed and transformed. Because guess what? The purpose of healing and transforming is not synonymous with becoming impervious to everything. Now, yes, can we develop certain imperviousness to certain things? Like, can certain things never phase us again? Not ever hit us or come close? Absolutely. Yet, at the same token, there's a difference between being impervious to specific things versus thinking we are overall invulnerable in every way, shape, or form. That, as far as I'm concerned, that is not how life is. As much as I welcome increased invulnerability and protection, absolutely, like, please come through. No bounds on that. Like, let Spirit bless me up. With that being said, like, the human experience, feeling is a huge part of this. It is what it is. That's why I never really understand the folks who try to pretend like they don't have emotions or don't feel emotions or that emotions don't matter or are bad. Like, bless their hearts. But it is a key part of this human experience. We all have our unique ways of it. It is a key part of this human experience. And spirit is having you, because even this character in this card, it's very interesting because they're giving a bit of inner child, inner adolescent, young adult. It's not the most child, because I think there are more child illustrations even in this one, but obviously it's not the most adult. Yet what I'm getting with this and what's been coming up is holding space, like with your authentic self, is also acknowledging that your authentic self is comprised of multiple parts of yourself. And to be honest, all past versions of yourself. You are who you are and who you've been. You are not who you've been, but you are who you have been. I know this feels so like riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black bat? And I'm beginning a lot of Batman. Okay, synchronicities. Batman, Prince. Batman and Prince are very big synchronicities. Cheetah and leopard print, probably leopard print. Zebras as well. That was a whole thing. Ooh, itchy crown. We're gonna shuffle this and get into this. You're also experiencing and feeling these things. Because Spirit wants you to continue celebrating and owning the fullness of yourself. And that includes the you in moments of discomfort, of disconnect, of challenge, of adversity, of conflict, of confrontation, of uncertainty, speechlessness, things of those natures. Excuse me, confirmation. Spirit is you're stronger. You're stronger. You're more informed. You're wiser. You gotta be cool. You gotta be fast. You gotta be wiser. Yo, and that song's been coming up recently too. What is that? Gotta Be by Desiree, right? Comment down below. Now, let's not rush the faster part. Let's not get too attached by that. Spirit wants me to say that. Like, remember, we're not having insecure urgency driving things. Please and thank you, Holiest Metatron, instantaneously. Where's my Annalise Keating purse? Excuse me. 3-3. Excuse me. Dimensional gateway. Excuse me. An invitation. Excuse me. Portal. Excuse me. Activation. Like, I'm like, sorry, not sorry. Can we just have an opening confirmation? Legit? Out the gate? Solstice.com.net? Holiest Christos at the gate? So extra in my head. Hey, yo, Jesus, what's good? Love you in a loving way, not in a controversial way. It's like more so like playful. Wowzers. This is what I'm saying. This is this energy. This is like you're like these things are happening because you're not going backwards. Like you already have stepped forward, and there's something about the situations that are coming up right now and how you're reacting and responding with such a layer and level of intentionality and compassion and grace and authenticity to the greatest extent possible, as well as when you are faltering or when you've reached your limit, doing everything you can to gracefully pause, reflect, take a break, take a step back. You have reached a layer and level of maturity and self-honoring and integrity where, like, basically I'm getting this vibe of like, you're not gonna let anything take you out of you, of you being the master of you loving you showing up for you honoring you. Like there's no more self-abandonment. Like, yeah, period. Wow. It's like this energy of a greater overcoming of self-abandonment. Self-abandonment that would come along where you may have, it's not that you ever gave up on yourself completely. That's not what I'm saying with this collective. It's more so self-abandonment in which your own like inner voices and like trauma voices and pain and like inner saboteurs and inner judgment, like those sorts of things. It's like when you would allow them to essentially win against yourself, when you would allow those voices to have more power over you, when you would allow those voices to essentially gaslight you into, like, yeah, really like questioning like your validity, your feelings, your experiences, and especially your emotions about things. Okay. And this is not in a patronizing or rude way at all. It's like spirit just wants to really let that have a moment and clap for that, because that is like massive, massive work and it's not easy. And what I'm getting especially while they bring in more of the smiles and celebration, is like coming back to that concept of duty. This is my collective. Yeah, you really are about, it's not that you're trying to breeze through or bypass anything. I don't feel like that's ever the dominant intention with this collective. I really feel like this is my collective though, where you're really about being on to the next. Like, you don't like dwelling. You don't like dwelling in things that do not serve. You don't like dwelling in pain. You don't like dwelling in misaligned vulnerability, i.e. like feeling weakness. Like, you don't dwell in drama. You don't stick around for BS. You are about being onward and upward. You're about moving and advancing the mission forward, staying on path, staying on target, consistently becoming like the next best version of yourself, honoring your faith, following spirit, following your soul. Like, you are so about your mission and being here in that regard, that sometimes it's like you really, like, not for anything, but sometimes spirit has these situations manifest and more blow uppy type of situations happen because you're so on to the next and moving forward that sometimes you do, or very often you don't recognize how far you've come, how much you have evolved, and how much you really have to celebrate. So in some really, at times, very trying kind of ways, spirit conjures up these wild situations to signify truly the seasonal shift and new timeline that you're on and that you've moved into. It's like your spirit guides in alignment with your soul and your soul mission and contract. It's like they conjure it conjures up these shakeups and a bit of this turbulence, not to punish you or take you out or to, just penalize you and upset you for the sake of it. It's rather to cause you to go through and in some cases, it really is the hard reset. Yeah. Pardon me. Oh, confirmation. The hard reset to really be living on the new timeline and realize oh wow, I really have changed. I really am a better version of myself. This has been coming up all week. I keep hearing in my head, America Online 9.0 optimized. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting, for those of y'all who are from the States and used AOL and, how AOL used to have the versions and the numbers or whatever. And I kept hearing all week long, AOL 9.0 optimized, and it's coming back through now. It's you are this new version. And I feel as though it's no synchronicity that it's 9.0 optimized that I was being reminded of during this 9-year, especially as we're coming to the conclusion of the 9-year. And we are in Sag season coming towards the close. Well, actually, no, this is, we just had the close of Sagittarius season, right? Because now with the shift of the season, this is Cap season. Look at that. Meow, meow, meow. Ooh, and I just got an itch on my left, fingertip with the left hand as soon as we enter this Capricorn season. And I was getting that channeled message the other day. There's a short about cash coming in, money coming in. So between mentioning Capricorn, this itchy left hand, and that channeled message, okay, so clearly this Capricorn season is bringing in prosperity and growth. So also, honestly, I'm getting this, and this is why Spirit has me even laughing and smiling more and more in this reading quite organically. It's not just to be a wild Sagittarius who laughs at their pain. It's rather to showcase things really are getting lighter and brighter, and that if you're coming into this solstice and winter season, or at least whenever this time finds you, but if you're coming into this time when this message finds you and some turbulence has popped off or unfolds very shortly after you see this message, Spirit is letting you know that's pretty much it. Not to say other stuff won't happen in the future, but I'm getting the sense of that's pretty much it for a good while. It's as you navigate and get past this bump, this hump, whatever it is, you'll be good for a while. It's this one was needed for the reset, for the system shutdown and recalibration, to really allow for the updates and the patches to have been applied and unfolded. To allow you to, because 3-3 with Ascended Masters, Mastery, thank you, this is the Mastery channel. Because it's you also now needed to witness, you had to go through this activation to witness your layer and level of mastery. So now you are moving forward and taking even more actions and communicating more from a layer and level from your ascended and further activated, further awakened, further aligned, attuned, and calibrated mastery. Congratulations. Because a true wise master and person is not somebody who pretends to make no mistakes or pretends to be perfect all the time. No, they're just somebody who's committed to ever increasingly improving their responses, to things, developing their craft, learning how to adapt and flex. So congratulations. Let's get another one of these. Ooh, I just felt another crown pulse. Please and thank you. Maybe have one more Holiest Metatron, one more pop out. Thank you. Family, Circles of Life, 49. Okay. And this is the winter season too. And winter season, it's interesting because I know we associate autumn so much with the ancestors, especially with Samhain and Halloween and Dia de los Muertos and holidays like that. And I fully believe in that. Yet I feel as though, for me, autumn is almost like a re-welcoming, a re-inviting season when it comes to ancestral and family vibes. And then winter for me is where we really are spending like the ongoing and deepening time with the family, with the ancestors, with the loved ones, because we're more in the home, generally speaking. Like if we're playing off of the environment, especially olden times and like, I don't know, like cold climates, you know, I don't know, I'm just getting like pilgrim type images, even though I'm not limiting it to that culture or society. I'm getting this vibe though. It's this winter solstice energy. Some of these activations may be tying into themes around your family, chosen family, like however you define and conceive of family, whether that be chosen, biological, the combination. Um, I'm getting a sense there may be some things that come to light in regards to you and your relationship with family. And this is a very general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And I'm leaving it so general because it really, I am getting, it's going to play out very, very uniquely for everyone who resonates with this message, with this reading. Because for some, this is really going to be a general, like your relationship with the concept of family and how you want to define that for yourself in your life moving forward. For some of y'all, this is really looking at specific relationships with family members or the lack thereof and leaning into that. For some of y'all, this is like reassessing and maybe redefining, you know, family and chosen family, and who is that for you, and who are you for whom as well, you know, trying to gauge reciprocity, things of that nature. And either way, what I am getting, in addition to the reviewing of things though, I am feeling this idea though of really remembering and allowing and reminding yourself that of the love that you do have, that you do receive in your life, that there are those who truly do love you, who are here for you, and the divine is bringing you closer to these people. So in some ways, okay, thank you, Spirit, because the dimensional gateway says an invitation and then it comes by family. So for some of y'all, this is actually going to be allowing yourself to not only receive, but follow up and follow through on some invitations to go to places and spaces, maybe even certain holidays with loved ones, chosen family members, allowing yourself to connect with people and experience loving community, loving family, loving bonds. Yeah, like this is about actually allowing yourself to connect, to break bread, to come close, to come together. Now, of course, practice discernment. Okay? Everyone's situation is very different. And so for some, this may mean your biological family. But for others, it could mean absolutely not. It may mean chosen family, you know, and people in your community that you feel guided to grow closer with, who will provide a sense of family. For some, it may be a combination. So really take your time, meditate, journal, pray on it, whatever it is. These themes of family are coming up. And there's something that's going to be shifting throughout this winter season. And I do feel as though it's going more towards a direction of resolution, peace, greater fulfillment. I acknowledge, though, it does require you to really continue moving and walking forward as this authentic and, you know, vulnerable version of yourself. Vulnerable in the sense of honest and authentically you. Really communicating how you truly feel, who you truly are, what you truly want, what you truly desire, what are your limits, what are your boundaries. There's no caving in. That doesn't mean being unopen to compromise and balanced co-creation. Of course, welcoming that. It's simply saying you're not going to self-betray, put yourself lower. You're not going to pretend. You're not going to people please. You're not going to walk on eggshells. You're not going to you're not going to bend over backwards in an uncomfortable or contorted manner. You will engage in appropriate adaptability, flexibility, and compromise as you feel guided and as feels, just and compassionate and considerate in your heart, in your spirit, let alone whatever your mind can analyze, while letting the heart and the soul drive the ship. We're gonna get some tarot to bring this down to earth. I'm feeling guided. And then we're gonna have a unicorn card to close this out. I feel as though this channel, it really is, there's a lot of activating energy going on here. I feel as though, even though, of course, every reading we do, let's be honest, this is channeling, this is moving energy. And this is alchemy, especially because that's our intention, that's a big theme, that's what's going on here. And we're literally talking about an activation and walking through this process and how to optimize it. So if this reading, at the time this finds you, if you also feel yourself feeling any type of energetic sensations or tiredness or anything like that coming through what's streaming right now, continue to hydrate, drink your water, take care, nurture, and nourish yourself, and honor that. You're not imagining it. You're not faking it. This is you honoring yourself and investing energy and time to alchemize yourself and your life for your best life, for the highest vibration, for manifestations and blessings of the Most High, for things to get better and better, for even if you do have incredibly deep and numerous familial wounds, holding space to walk through a gateway where miracles and at the very least some kind of improving energy could touch and reach this topic, this category, this concept. Okay? Lean not on your own understanding. Put no limits on God, Goddess, Source, the universe. I totally get what it's like to not have the answers when it comes to certain connections, certain family situations, certain dynamics, to feel overwhelmed and underinformed at times. Absolutely. Yet I don't let those feelings mislead me into believing that the universe doesn't have divine solutions, resolutions, information, perspectives, approaches, things of that nature that could unfold or arrive at any given moment in any given time. I'm not holding my breath because I don't need to, and it's not advised. And at the same token, I'm not closing doors on the universe or putting limitations. And that's what I'm feeling. Spirit is also, I'm getting like this heart opening, and that's probably why it was involving the high heart chakra. It's a combination of the heart and the throat and the expression of it all. And so if you've really been wanting community and family, whatever family means for you, and that could be chosen family, if you've been really wanting that, Spirit is wanting you to really open your heart and really claim and own that desire. Even the itching near the mouth, it's just like, speak it, say it, own it, claim it. Use your mouth, use your words, like verbalize that. You could also put it in writing, but it's like this expression of it all. And not feeling ashamed or guilty or anything like that, or embarrassed. Getting a card. Wow, I love it. This is the card, the special card. I leave it in this deck. You are a badass being full of life, love, and possibilities. Through this deck, may you find a path to your best self. This is the theme. And look at how this is the first card from this tarot deck popping out in a solstice activation reading. We are opening with an energy. This card is technically underneath the dimensional gateway. Like I have it in the row underneath as well. So you're legit going into this activated as a badass being full of life, love, and possibilities. How beautiful and amazing is this? How affirming and confirming and supportive and loving. So it's like whatever you're going through at the time this message finds you, especially if you are feeling a bit wobbly, feeling a little down, feeling a little uncertain, maybe not feeling at the height of your confidence or at the peak of your energy or vibration. This is This is loving. This is loving support. This is loving affirmation. This is an invitation to trust, to come back more fully into faith, to rest a bit more easily, to lean more into Christ consciousness and energy and Sophia wisdom and understanding. Thank you, Spirit. Two of Pentacles. Can we get another one? 10 of Pentacles. Thank you, Spirit. Underneath that family card and community vibes. Can we get one more to close this out? Okay, one more big shuffle before we close it out. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Jumper. Three of Swords in the reverse, and I'm going to keep it in the reverse. We're coming out of that. Okay. Two of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, Three of Swords in the reverse. What I'm getting, the storyline I got, especially at the time that this message finds you, is I feel as though this may have been a wobbly and juggly moment and you're trying to take stock of... Ooh, it's very interesting. Just felt like a little tension in the head right there. That's very interesting. So you may have some of those sensations going on right now. I feel as though at the time that this message is likely finding you, is you've been balancing being more in a moment, a time, a situation of, even though I know this is Pentacles, I feel as though this is you trying to take stock of everything. Like, I'm getting... It's like I'm getting energies of analysis. Analysis and observation. Yet in a motion that is intended to harmonize and calibrate. And grant me a moment to make more sense of that, please. Like, I'm getting this energy of like essentially healing in motion, healing while still doing your best to show up for certain projects, certain commitments, like showing up for your job, okay? Showing up for your college. So this is like what I'm getting. It's this energy of you're legit trying to balance and harmonize things and keep your energy flowing in like proper alignment so that you don't essentially drop the ball on what you feel really called to do, what, you know, commitments you do want to honor, even if it's like, even if it is limited. I'm not going to just say it has to be two, for example, but even if it was your top two commitments that you've really wanted to stay on top of at this time, maybe it's body and work, for example, especially because Pentacles really deals with earthly stuff. So it could be your health and wellness, and then, you know, your key passion, labor, service, job at this time. And you're doing your best to juggle these things and keep it in motion, keep it going. It's like, yeah, I'm getting this energy of doing your best to keep things in flow and being in this moment of particular solitude, being a bit more in your own space, your own world. And yet I feel as though this time, because it's also very interesting because I'm noticing like in this card, and it doesn't always happen, they're not having me move on yet because they have me really looking at these very dark mountains, mountain shapes in the background. And she has her back to them. I feel as though it's like this energy of focusing on the self, the labor, the body, the wellness, like really like ground level, root level stuff, because in some ways what lies ahead may be a bit overwhelming, unnerving, intimidating, could at times trigger some fears or anxieties, or it could even trigger, honestly, like exasperation or frustration, because it's this perception of it being a mountain, like a big obstacle, a big challenge, and a big task, and really not even wanting to deal with or confront that because it's taking everything she can to like maintain these key priorities. It's like before I even deal with this big obstacle and stuff behind me, like I'm really trying to get this under lock and get these processes and flows like more set in a pattern and routine before I even deal with what's behind me. Like I'm getting this energy of I'm aware there is stuff upcoming and mountains to climb, things. Yeah, right now it's like I just can't be asked. I can't be bothered. And what I'm getting though, it's like beyond some of these. What I'm getting is beyond some of the challenges or obstacles that are coming up at this time. Like beyond that, what I'm getting the sense of, especially because that family and community card was coming out before, and then we get this Ten of Pentacles. It's like beyond that, I find what I'm seeing is like greater connections, greater abundance, and maybe shared resources, support. Yeah, like more unity and community, more family and chosen more family and chosen family. Excuse me. Greater connection, greater space for support, and not only support, joy and joyful interaction and connection. And then with the Three of Swords in reverse, I'm getting it's like feeling, and thus feeling like the healing, feeling the swords, the pain, truly like melting away and coming out of the heart. Once again, another experience, like kind of this whole theme of this activation and this reading, things coming up is about almost these uncomfortable, dense, like this black, dense emotions, experience things being triggered in this now, so that you really move beyond it and you witness that you are already really beyond it. Like you've already unlocked and activated and done all of the healing. Now it's simply about moving forward and allowing yourself to open and keep that heart open and expressing it out loud authentically with courage, and allowing that to really lead you to and share in community, chosen family, and tribe abundantly and lovingly, let alone prosperously. It's like if you don't allow yourself to give and receive love and be in community and have chosen family and loving relationships, it's like if you don't allow yourself to, really like give and receive and be in the exchange, then it's like you won't feel the fullness of your healed heart, of a loving and open heart. It's like what's next I'm getting as part of your journey is you've done so much to like clean and heal and purify. Now it's more so about actually allowing love to be given and received. Like to be in an active flow and exchange with chosen family and community. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Like letting more love in. Letting more love in and letting some new love in, some new loving connections and relationships. For some, that may be like new, like chosen family, soul relationships, soul connections coming into your life. For others, that could be, for some, it could be like a new chapter or new kind of relationship with maybe like someone you know from the past, like a family member, chosen family member, community member, tribe member in the past, where maybe some healing has come through and some true grace and forgiveness and and conversations that are now possible to be had at a certain layer and level of maturity and awareness and accountability, that now you are able to really move forward and both intentionally co-create and have like a healthy relationship in some way, shape, or form. So once again, this is a general collective reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Because I am really feeling there is a gamut here, like a real variety out there. Yeah, I needed to name these things, and I'm feeling a tightening in my throat as I'm saying this stuff. So also that means like, yes, while always an invitation to continue breathing and breathing more deeply. I also feel as though it is some tightness around some maybe energies that, like comfort zone stuff that's trying to keep things as they are. And we want to continue persevering through that. So now we're going to get a unicorn card to kind of close up. Thank you. Oh, that was easy. Wow, I'm flying. Dance. Move your body to music. Dance with the rhythm of life. Manifest your dreams through dance. Okay, this has been coming up for me all weekend, so I have to say that. And now another Batman Prince, the song Bat Dance specifically, coming up again. Have you ever danced with the devil under the pale moonlight? I asked that question of all my prey. Rhiannon also coming through when I get this card. Either way, dance, rhythmic movement, moving the energy. A lot of this alchemy right now is inviting, I am feeling feminine movement, feminine practice, like using music, using dance, moving the hips. Things of that nature are going to be huge right now for your transmutation, as well as for you really being able to continue releasing and letting go, washing away like icky and dense emotions and pains, things that do not serve you, things that are trying to keep you literally stagnant and not moving. So this dance, however you can, to whatever is accessible to you and your mobility at this moment in time. Spirit is inviting you to like move that body like to the greatest and safest extent possible, and also to the most joyful, please, to the most ecstatic, to the most authentic. They want me to get one more unicorn pop out, so I will, please and thank you. There we go. Patience. Pause before you take action. Trust that divine timing is at work. Be patient and play whilst you wait. And this one, and I love how I said wake. Interesting. Play whilst you wake. So it's playing more in your active life. Like I feel as though Spirit is saying it's like the most joy you're having shouldn't only be in your dreams. I'm getting that for somebody. So it's like affirmation, confirmation of playing more, being more joyful, loosening up, lightening up, and being patient with life in the process. It's like right now, this card flew on dance. It's like you're being encouraged to dance, to listen to music, to have some fun. This is what's being encouraged at the time that this message finds you. Pause before you take action. Trust that divine timing is at work. The divine timing is inviting you to prioritize right now your heart. I'm hearing it's like prioritize your heart, prioritize your hips, prioritize movement, dance your way through life, dancing your way forward. I really feel like it's meant to be that, like once again, we're coming to like this breathe, slow, allow kind of energy. And I brought the unicorn deck out here because I wanted a message. For me, they really represent and they have like a direct connection with our soul as well as our inner child. And I wanted a really loving and sweet and supportive soul message and guidance. Always, when I'm doing, yet alone, get the softness and sweetness that the unicorns bring and the purity of it all. And for them to bring through this message of dance and patience. For some of y'all at this time, this is also a real encouragement to engage in some dance and or joyful activities with yourself in total and in general, let alone with your inner child and adolescent specifically. What I'm getting is I feel as though Spirit would like you to engage in fully immersive, and dance really is a fully immersive because it's a full body and it's a full consciousness experience. Like when you really focus on dancing and give into it, it can even put you in a trance state. It could take you somewhere else. Like it really consumes the mind, the body, the emotions, and our energy, and thus also inviting in our spirit. So I'm getting the sense of Spirit really wants that layer and level of, and that to me, that type of activity right now, because they want, I feel as though they're asking for a dance specifically to joyfully calibrate your nervous system, to joyfully calm your inner child and inner adolescent, and to really dance away the seriousness. Dance away unnecessary seriousness, unnecessary heaviness. This isn't to take away from the realness of whatever is coming up. This is to ensure that there's nothing extra, so that if and when there's still some stuff after, you know, these healthy, like joyful experiences, dance sessions, as if things come back up, you'll be at least, if and when things encounter you again, you'll be at a higher vibrational state. So you'll be able to interpret from that vibration, and you'll be able to see things a bit more clearly, or at least put them more in their rightful place, and kind of clock what's going on and what best serves you, what you best need, and how to best proceed. Like doing so from an empowered nervous system makes such a difference versus, you know, from a depleted space. Like that's really what it is. And I feel as though the unicorns are saying, it's like, we want you to replenish and nourish and rejuvenate yourself. And it's not simply with rest, such as sleep and food like nourishment, although those things are really important. I feel as though dance specifically, because Spirit wants you to feel the joy and the rhythm and the creativity of life, and how in moments we can truly bring ourselves into such a better state of being, outside in, inside out. And also dance is something like we've done from the beginning of time. So it's also something that really, really can connect us with and unlock our ancestral connection. Absolutely. I believe that with dance for sure. So this is also for a good ancestor connection. All right, collective. Comment down below. Let me know how this solstice reading washed over you. I feel pretty much like the next several nights. I encourage you to engage in this ritual if this finds you on time. And continue to honor the calls to rest as well as enjoy this season. Enjoy yourself as best as you can, when you can, how you can, and share that joy, share the pleasantries as best as you can with those around you and those in your community. Remember, you are being called, you're being asked, you're being summoned to step up in giving and receiving more love. Yeah, more love and joy in your life and your community. Honor your boundaries, have your boundaries, answer that calling. All right, so comment down below with what resonates. Check the links in the description box if you want to connect, reach out for a reading. As always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because this is general collective. Book a personal if you want specific. I am available, and we can also do like a year ahead reading if that's what you would like to see, of how to optimize and maximize 2026, or at the very least the first quarter of 2026. I don't identify as a fortune teller. I'm not here to tell you like, oh, this is what's gonna happen to you, as if it's just gonna magically hit you, as much as what is Spirit bringing up so you can manifest your optimal, most abundant life. All right, I'm sending you love, hugs, and gratitude. I'm Dil Divine, your friendly neighborhood queer muse, oracle, and soul guide, and I will be back soon. Happy Winter Solstice 2025. Whenever this message finds you, Spirit had some wisdom for you, and I want to know what it was. Thanks so much.